Hello lovely people, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Maria, and if you're new, you're most welcome. If you've not subscribed to my channel, please kindly do not forget to subscribe so that every time I upload a new video you'll be notified. So today I want to talk about a very interesting story, a very interesting topic. Very interesting. I want to answer so many questions which I was asked previous on Sunday. This video, purposely I recorded it because last Sunday I went online. I went on live in some group in Facebook. The group is called Dutch Family Concealed. I guess it's the name. It was the first time to go to that group live, and I was just doing makeup tutorials. But then one specific lady, she was asking me about my old friend, which we parted ways. I don't know where she is or I don't know anything to do with her. That's what I can say. It's many years I haven't seen her. It's 6 years now I haven't seen this specific lady. Her name is Vivian. Vivian is not her real name, so this is just a fake name. So I will still keep the name like Vivian, but you guys should know that Vivian is not our real name. I do not wish to reveal our names anyway. So I'm going to tell you, because this lady raised eyebrows for everybody and started accusing me of so many things that I do not even know. So many things until I was like seriously? So I want us to talk about that now. It's either now or never. And I'm going to answer all your questions, what you guys asked me, because I never responded to your answers because I didn't find that like a right platform to answer that. So now I'm going to answer all your questions. In case you have any questions, anything to ask, leave me the comment on the comment sections below. So I'm going to tell you from the day we met with Vivian, how we met and how it ended. So I met Vivian in Mombasa 2012. No, was it 2012 or early 2011, right? Early 2011. That's when I met Vivian. So when I met Vivian, I met her in some restaurant in Mombasa. She was taking dinner and I was coming to take dinner also. And she was in kind of stress, and I seated next to her where on the same table where she was having dinner. So she opened up on me and I was like, I also opened up on her. And so that's how we became like so close friends. So after we knew each other from there, the next day we kept on in touch and we were calling each other. And then someday she came up with an idea of me moving to her house and doing away with my house where I used to live. So I didn't see that like a bad idea anyway, because I needed also company and she also needed company. So that's how it happened. So I moved in with Vivian and we started living together like sisters. So even people, we used to tell them that she's my younger sister. So we kept it like we are real sisters. And to make the matter worse, we kind of started dressing kind of same, having same hairstyles, same similar, close to similar dresses. So we were like, when you see her photo and see me, we were like almost like sisters. So after staying together for quite some time, then I met my husband from this group called Dutch Family Concealed in the Facebook. Some lady accused me of stealing my sister's husband, or my so-called sister, who was not a sister. Vivian is not my sister. She has never been my sister, my real sister. She was just a friend. So it's like, it's only that we were so close. We stayed together for, let's say, I guess for 1 year or something. And then we were like, we have known each other, and there was no need of us telling people that we are not sister, because everyone was saying, are you sister? So anyway, then it became like, yeah, we are sisters. That's how we were like, people started thinking that we are sisters, but we were never sisters. So when I moved in with Vivian, I closed my house, where I was living before, and then we moved in with her. I moved in with her, and then we started life together. There's so much into this story that I don't know. I'm not begging anyone here to believe my story, to believe the part of my story. You can believe it if you want, and you can leave it if you don't want. So I'm not looking down to anybody to believe me. No, it's on you if you want to believe it. But deep down inside me, I know I'm telling the truth. When I met, so now I'm going to tell you how I met my husband. I met my husband in the beach. I was with Vivian by then. So when I met my husband, he was with 3 guys. So there were 3 guys from the same country. So they were also in the beach. It was in the afternoon when you just feel so tired and and decide to go on the beach and relax or meet people and all that. So it happened that I met my husband there. So that time when I met my husband, it was like two young boys which were, they looked anyway so young. My husband by then, he was close turning to 27, but he was 26. No, he was turning to 27, I think. And so when we met that night, we had fun, we went to disco and all that. And the following day, so Vivian that day, I never introduced her to my boyfriend, to my new boyfriend. So, who is my husband now. So the following day, my husband invited me for dinner. So I told Vivian, okay, this new guy, new coach, is inviting me for dinner. So would you like to join me? So sure, she joined me, and when we went there, my new coach was with these guys, the friends. So Vivian, in that process, she interacted with the guys, then the friends of my hubby, and they became like, wow, they have met, so they catched up well, and he got one guy, so they moved in together, like that night. So he got somebody. So, and since all these guys, they were coming from the same country and they were staying in the same apartment, so we went to stay with them. So my guy was a very serious guy. He was not looking for some eat and run. He was so serious. He told me even the first day he saw me, he fell in love. So he was just serious. He wanted somebody to stay with, somebody to build a life with. The other guy with the Vivian, he was not sure. He was not sure if he wanted to be with Vivian or how it will go. So he never promised anything. So that's how it was. So then the guys came, they left to abroad, and then we were left in Mombasa. It was close to Christmas time, so we moved back to Christmas to my family. We used to go to my family together because Vivian, she never had a family where she can go. When I say like this, it's because she doesn't have a mom, passed away. I'm sorry for her. And then she was a single mom, so they were living in Nairobi. So the other siblings, they just scattered. Everybody went on his way. So that's why I introduced Vivian to my family. I have a mom, so I introduced her to my mom, and then we started living like a family, one big family. I never knew this one big family will come to be in pieces someday. So people in this group accuse me of taking Vivian's husband. Now let me explain this to you. Let me tell you this now, that when I met my husband, he was never married. Like I told you, he was very young, and he was just looking for somebody to start a life with, probably to get a wife. And he got a wife in me. And I was looking for husband, so I got a husband too. So this thing of Vivian saying that whoever it was speaking on the behalf of Vivian, if it wasn't her, because they are with this fake account, so you can't really know who is speaking for who or who is it. But definitely that's somebody who knows me well. So, or if she doesn't know me well, most probably she was told the story by this Vivian herself. Because after, when I came to Europe, some friend of mine, she called me and she told me, hey, do you know the story which is on the air now? It's that you took Vivian's boyfriend. So he's the one who has invited you abroad. My God, like I told you, these guys, they were 3 guys. And even I could show you photos. It's just because I do not want to show those photos, because this guy who left Vivian doesn't want his family's, because now he's married, he has a family, kids and all that. He would not want his family to see this. And we live in the same city, in the same area. So that's why I try to keep it private. But in case it's must to show, I could show it, because I have those photos even in my hard disk. So, Vivian, I will tell you this. You yourself, you know the truth. You know the truth that my husband was never your boyfriend. My husband has never had another wife. I was the first wife. He was young, and he married me when he has never married any other woman. So please stop spreading lies that I took your husband, because you know it's a lie. I will tell you this. Vivian is so bitter, became so bitter. In sometimes back then, when we moved from Mombasa, because my husband, by then, he was so serious, he told me, move from that area and go back to Nairobi, because I want to come and see where you stay, see your family, meet everyone there. I'm serious, I don't want somebody playing around with me. So I did like my husband requested, because he told me I will support you in anything. So I didn't see any need to stay in Mombasa. So I moved to Nairobi. So we moved in with Vivian by then. I will tell you how it happened, the grudges, how it came to start. So it happened that one day I was coming from our village. We went to one day we went to our home, from my mother's home, where we stayed. It was 5 minutes by car to go from my village to town. I had a flat in town, and the town where I lived, I rented a flat, was close to my mother's home, so it was 5 minutes by car. So that day we went to my mother. In the afternoon, going back to the town to sleep, I met my neighbor, some guy. I met my neighbor. It's a long friend. I had not seen him for many years. For many years, we used to go to church together. It's a childhood friend. So it happened that by mistake, we just met on the road where we were catching up the bus to go to town. So when I met this guy, he was like so excited that we have met and all that. So the guy told me that I was going to your town, to some town where I rented the flat. And I'm going to sleep there because I want to travel early in the morning to Eldoret. That's where my family is. So I told him, okay, then if we are going to the direction where we are going, then let's go together. And then I invited this guy for dinner. He was like a brother to me, we have never had anything. It was like my brother, you know what I mean? He was like a brother to me. So I invited him that day for dinner. So when we got to the house where I was living, there was no meat. So I sent them, both of them, to buy the meat. Vivian and this guy to buy the meat. So I was left in their house to prepare for the dinner, for the other stuffs. I remember that day I cooked pasta. So I was waiting for them to bring meat and vegetables. So they went together, and after some time they came back in the house. So when they came back, I cooked, we ate dinner and all that, and there was some close restaurant there, so we wanted to go and just have a drink close to where I was living, just a few minutes by walk. So we took some drinks, and then came back to the house. But before then, Vivian's attitude changed. She all of a sudden, boom, she just changed. She started to be mad. I don't know what made her really, I don't know why the sudden change of the reactions in her face. I doubted something is wrong. Then I had to ask her, what's wrong, sister? She was like, nothing. She became so rude. Like I've never seen her. She had never been rude like that before. She became so rude, and she was like, what do you care? So she told me to give her keys. She will go back to their house. So she grabbed the keys and she left to the house. I never stayed back there. So I told this friend of mine, okay, then there's no need to stay here. So I will also have to go to the house. So the guy told me, okay, let me drop you, let me see you off, and probably we can talk with Vivian and know what happened. So when we got to the house, Vivian was so mad. I do not know if he had already had some feeling for this guy and he never told me, or when they left outside to buy the vegetable for the dinner, when they left together, I told you before that I was left in the house when they went to buy the vegetables together. So I don't know if this guy promised him something, or I can't tell. But even today, Vivian, I would like to know what made you upset, because that was the start of all these issues, all these fight, all these grudges. That's how it started. Everything started on that night. Everything changed. In one night, everything changed because of my friend, my neighborhood friend. And even today, she never told me what made her upset. I don't know if she had fallen for this guy or anything. Anyway, I wasn't interested in this guy because he was like a brother to me. So she could have even told me. So then she started packing and she wanted to go back to Mombasa. But before then, something I came to realize after she was using my laptop. So something funny, when she came back to the house, she started to chat with my boyfriend, now my husband, who is my husband now, that she told my husband that Maria has another boyfriend, and she went out. She didn't come to the house. And now the smart thing, what I did when I come back to the house, I took my laptop and I wrote message to my boyfriend that, please, can you come online? So he came immediately. So we were Skyping. So we went on Skype. But when we were just talking, we were not even about to talk, Vivian started shouting to me, telling me that I'm so mean, I don't know, I'm going back. She was talking all bullshit in the world, all the hell, everything. She was so bitter, and I do not know what made her bitter. I tried to calm her down and tell her to explain to me what happened, but she never wanted to. So she told me, I'm going back to Mombasa. It's not like I don't have a house. I have a house. That's what she was telling me. So she packed. I begged her because it was still in the night to wait until morning, but she never even wanted to wait. So I don't know even where she went to sleep. So she packed and she left. When she left, I tried to check on my laptop. I found out that she had already sent some messages to my boyfriend, now my husband. So I saw everything because she never logged out from her Facebook. So her Facebook was still in that laptop. So I read everything. Even I noticed that I found messages. Vivian, did you think that I think I never told you this, but just know that I knew everything. I knew that even you went behind my back, getting all my exes, or whatever we call them, some guy, and you were sending him nude photos, and the guy sent you 10,000 shillings. Was that necessary? If you were interested with some of the guys who are interested in me, you could have just told me, and I was your sister. I would just tell you, suit yourself. So I noticed that you were so selfish, you were so mean, and you never wanted anything good. You were just pretending to love me like your sister, but in real sense, you never loved me. Because if you loved me, if you cared for me, you could have not become so bitter in such manner that you would go ahead and want to destroy my relationship. Vivian came to the point that when my boyfriend, who is my husband, came to Kenya, he came back to Kenya, and he never went to Coast region, so he came direct to Bara, alikuja Bara kwetu, so in Nairobi. So, and from then, Vivian all of a sudden, she wanted to destroy my relationship. That is a story I will give you how it happened. So my boyfriend came back to Nairobi, where I was living in my flat in my town, because he wanted to meet my family, to meet my mom. And you can't imagine what happened then. Vivian was ready to destroy me. She became so bitter in a way that you can't even imagine. Bitter in a way that she could even kill me. It became so worse, you can't imagine. I had to go to police and report this case. She went ahead, took an advocate, brought the letter from the lawyer that I need to pay her some amount of money that I used from her, that when I was living in her house, that she was feeding me. You were feeding me. Was I crippled for you to feed me? I'm sorry, but was I crippled? Guys, does it make sense? You live in someone's house for more than a year and she will claim that she feeds you. Was I a girlfriend? Was I a lesbian that I was a girlfriend that she would be feeding me? No. I'm none of those. I have my full legs, hands, my brains, my 5 senses. How come she was feeding me? Did I not have brains? I even struggled, suffered, going all the way from Nairobi, Mombasa to Kampala to buy lady stuffs to come and sell them in Mombasa. When she was seated at hers there, when I was traveling all this back to and fro to buy materials for selling so that we can earn a living, and now she will say that she was feeding me. Like how? Anyway, guys, this is a long story. I will be coming back with part 2. Part 2, I will tell you everything when Vivian, she came to my house, what she did, and what was her intention, and how it ended from there. So stay tuned for the next part. Thank you so much. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, and do not forget to subscribe for you to be able to watch all my videos, what I will be uploading. Thank you so much. Bye.